Our next speaker is Alina Beynun. Alina spent almost a decade in the renewable energy space before coming here to Scripps. When she came to the MAS-MBC program, she chose to follow her lifelong passion for the ocean and a passion that she had for the place and the people of Baja, Mexico as well, and Mexico at large. So she is here, and she's going to share a project that she did on that sort of weaves together storytelling and science and communities in film. So I'm excited for you to see it, and please join me in welcoming Alina.
Thank you, Samantha. In 2023, I visited the small beach town of Pancho, Mexico, and I fell in love. Just north of Puerto Vallarta, on the west coast of the country, Pancho is a small, charming town, so small you might even drive right by it. But if you ever have the chance to visit, you'll soon discover why they call it a magic town, for its vibrance, culture, and unique pull that it has to its visitors. That same pull is the reason for this project. When I was accepted into the MAS-MBC program, I knew that I had no other option than to couple my lifelong love of sea turtles and this magic town that I had fallen so deeply in love with. However, I quickly realized that this place that sea turtles have called home for millennia are facing a multitude of challenges. Things like limited beach access, hurricane threats, increased heat waves, a massive increase in tourism and development, a lack of environmental assessments within that tourism development, and poaching. So when I first found the Sea Turtle program in San Pancho dedicated to this cause, there was really no other option than to make a film about their efforts. This is the story of their amazing work spanning over 30 years and the impact that they have made on the sea turtle population over the last 3 decades. I hope that you enjoy my film, and hopefully it plays. Okay.
And how the turtles select this beach because of the sand we have and how we protect this area. So this is the sanctuary. San Pancho is a turtle sanctuary for the olive-riddled turtle. And explaining to the people that, they make like, oh my God, this is not just a beach. This is a beach sanctuary.
Ideally, right, you want everyone to be so excited about the turtles that I don't know if it would happen, but like to get ourselves worked out of a job that everyone just takes care of the turtles so well that I'm not even needed, and all the building and all the poaching just doesn't exist.
So our conservation efforts start with purely a volunteer base right now. And what we do is each night, every night, we go up and down the beach. And if we see the mother turtle, we will wait a respectful distance from her to finish nesting, just to keep her safe. We like it when our ATV is working and we can use the ATV to patrol, otherwise we're patrolling on foot. If we're walking, the poachers can just stay ahead of us and they can take a lot of nests at once. What we do then is we go up and down the beach. If we aren't with the mother turtle, we find her tracks, locate the nest, and then I teach everyone how to locate the clutch of eggs within the larger nest area that she's disguised. And then we bring it back to our nursery here at camp right now, and we pack them into boxes. Every single nest gets fresh sand from the beach. We then pack it into 3 separate layers. My predecessor, Frank, found out the best way over time how to pack it so that we can study each layer and see what specifically is happening. So first, I usually count the empty eggshells. So these are happy eggshells. Turtles came out. They were already released down to the ocean. So there's 114 eggs in here. And so far, 107 came out. Pretty much on the nose, 45 days, because we're monitoring everything, nests will start to hatch. And generally, they'll hatch for roughly 3 days. And once we reach that time, or if we have over 80 or 90%, depending on if it's like day 2 or day 3 of the nest hatching, we then clean out the box, assess what happened. If anyone was stuck in an eggshell that's still alive, we can help them out and give them a chance that they wouldn't normally have in nature to then release down into the ocean. In the beginning and the end of this season, we are also keeping some nests on the beach that we mark off. So those tend to have a lower hatch rate. And there's only certain areas on the beach right now that are actually able to hatch nests, which is a goal for next year's, to further investigate why and are there toxins or what's happening.
I was born and raised in San Pancho, and about 33 years ago, I started working on protecting the turtles. I was like 22. I met Frank, whom inspired me to protect the turtles, and we did many things for the environment. We did cleanups, recycling, environmental education. It was really new 33 years ago here in San Pancho. And we worked with the kids in the summer when they were in holidays and had a lot of classes and games and teach them how to care for the animals in the jungle and the water, the ocean, and the animals, the turtles in specific.
Love that chunk of pine trees in the bottom, and the jungle. My hope for the future is that we protect the turtles. The people know about how to protect, how to preserve, as a legacy, they know what to do when there is a turtle on the beach, when the people is walking, and the people, they feel like, oh yeah, this is unique, yeah, this is unique, but they need to know. So that's why for me, public releases is not just about the hatchlings, it's about the people with the hatchlings. So we share our knowledge, our experience, and when we start talking about them, it's not just, okay, yes, just look at them, releasing. No, we share information about how many days in the nest, how many mom turtles come to this beach, what is San Pancho in the morning, in the afternoon, and then another San Pancho in the evening. So we create a life memory for the families, we create a life experience for the kids, so they will always remember that San Pancho releasing turtles. My spiel is about the founder, that is Frank Smith. How old is the campament? It's a 32, 33 years old campament. I explained how many turtles used to come to this beach 32 years ago, 400, 500 in a season. I teach also some of the volunteers how to work with turtles. I do the public releases. If you want to be a volunteer, okay, first we need to go to the beach. I will teach you how to find the nest in the middle of the sand. And then we go to the campament, fill the boxes, the special boxes that we have to create a nest. And in 45 days, we will have the beautiful hatchlings. We need to put this nest on the bottom and start checking when are they coming up, okay? So that's why if you want to take the lid off of this box, you will see the hatchlings. We prepare the hatchlings, we come back and we make like a parade around the town, and we invite the people in the morning and in the afternoon, in particular families. As part of my job, I really like to talk to the people, looking and asking the children, be volunteers, releasing hatchlings. Those are the baby turtles that we have in the campament. Also very important for us in Mexico is that we want to invite and we want the locals participate more and more to protect the turtles. Because they have been living here and sometimes they have never seen a turtle, they have never probably participated in a public release, or they don't know what to do with a turtle. So I really invite all my local people from the cities or the main cities in Mexico and many cities around the world that they haven't seen something like that. Believe me, this is a unique experience. This is the only way we can take and hold a turtle, okay? If you put it in your hand, the turtle will absorb your ADN, your olive oil, your sunscreen, the chilaquiles, and the Pacifico beer. So we don't want that. She doesn't need that, okay? So help me to do the path, and maybe some sand rolls, so we can control the way down, okay? So from that line to this line, okay? That's what we need to do. Okay.
Es un campamento tortuguero de hace 32 años. This is one of the best and one of the oldest at the same time. And we are very effective and very productive, so this is very important for us. Very well, ¿me ayudan a soltarlas? Hay que voltear las canastas y ya está. Okay.
Let me move this over here. I just want to thank my amazing capstone committee, Jessica, who's the program director down in Mexico, and to Jeff and Mariah. Thank you to Samantha, Hannah, Greg, and Steve. To my friends for helping me in post and pre-production, and to my mom, who's up there, who has encouraged me through everything, and obviously to my amazing cohort. I'm so glad this project came to fruition. So if you have any questions, I'm ready for your Q&A. Christina.
Alina, fellow turtle girl. The film was amazing.
Thank you.
Of course, crying. I was just curious if outside of your filmmaking, you were able to participate in like the releases or the patrols or anything like that, and speak to your experience with that.
Great question. So when I first filmed, it was last minute in December. I didn't realize that the turtle season was ending on New Year's, so I rushed down there right after the winter quarter, right between winter quarter. And so I couldn't do patrols late at night because there were no more females nesting, but I was able to do a handful of releases to the point where I became a pro. Everyone's asking me questions. I'm like, yeah, it's 45 days. And I was able to answer a lot of great questions. And I've been invited to come back in September to do some of the night patrols, which I think would be pretty amazing. So, yeah. Yes, Susan.
So your guy said there were like 400 to 500 turtles 32, 33 years ago. Mm-hmm. How many are there now? Do we know?
Oh, that is a great question. I'd have to get back to you on that number, which I don't have. But there used to be obviously way more. They used to call the turtles the cockroaches of the ocean down in the Nairi area. There were so many, they'd play games where they would jump from shell to see how far they could get at the end of the beach. And now we do not have as many. I don't know the exact number, but the numbers have significantly declined, which is why they have these intense conservation efforts now.
Alina, we've got a question on YouTube from Enrique. And he's asking, what was your favorite part of the project? And he said, besides the food.
Oh, yes, the food was amazing, and the chilaquiles. I would say my favorite part were just being able to witness these amazing creatures up front. I mainly grew up in Idaho. I didn't have the ability to have access to sea turtles. So I cried every single time I've ever seen a turtle. I cried about 18 times, even just editing this film. My poor neighbors heard me bawling, and I think that was definitely my favorite part, was just being able to have access to have this experience, which is the whole purpose of this release program, is to provide this level of experience to every single type of person, regardless of your financial status. Thank you.